Hello YouTube. This is the final analysis of the knife. I don't know if you can see this, and I really didn't show you the edge beforehand, but you can see where like some of the monofilament and the bank line has stripped the edge and it's folded oval. So this is pretty much a disposable edge.
Some of the waviness is actually from my grind, but you can see that spot, the material that we cut through, and that was probably the monofilament damaged the edge like
yes.
that.
The edge was not uniform, but it was a lot better than that when we started. Well, first let's talk about the scuba diving aspect of this. The things that you can get tangled up with can be just about anything. It can be rope, it can be bank line, it can be monofilament. And me and my brothers came across some pretty tough rope. It was pretty cut resistant at the beach, and it was a chore to get through it with a steel knife, a H1 series knife. First off, my recommendation for a dive knife would be anything from Spyderco made out of H1. It gets a fine edge, it gets really sharp, you can get it serrated, and it'll eat through just about anything. When you get tangled up and stuff, it's often not just one line. It's like a bunch of stuff. And with a disposable edge like this, you might lose your edge before you're able to completely free yourself. So that's my main concern with this knife. Now let's talk about the self-defense aspect of the knife. This knife was originally designed to go on airplanes without TSA knowing about it. Let's think about this for a moment. This knife is not razor sharp. You might not be able to get through denim. You probably won't be able to get through jackets or thick clothing. It thrusts pretty well, but you saw when we were cutting with it, doing slashes, that it was a very inconsistent cut. Sometimes it'll cut pretty decently, about a knuckle deep, and sometimes it'll just skip across the meat, and it will just do some superficial scratches. So I don't think it's a reliable cutting tool for either scuba diving or self-defense. It will stab pretty much with little effort, and I imagine with great effort you can get through someone's chest cavity. You can probably get through someone's neck. But let's just say this was the ultimate concealed knife. You get caught with this on an airplane, it's going to be bad for you. Is it really worth the risk, that you use this knife, or you take it on an airplane? You try to take it through TSA, and for whatever reason you didn't conceal it good enough, and they find it. There's going to be some hell to pay when that time happens. So is it really worth it? Let's look at some alternative options. You probably noticed me carrying this Chloris XT11. This is an awesome knife. It's an awesome flashlight. It's a beast of a flashlight. Completely legal to carry on airplanes.
Yeah, I just got back from Russia, and you get 600 lumens with strobe, and I had no problem getting that through the American airline or the Russian airline for that matter. So, yeah.
And it's very disorienting. It's non-lethal, but when you're shining this at someone's eyes, especially in low light conditions, it's very disorienting, and you can pretty much do whatever you want to do with them. Someone flashes them with this light, you get two other people, grab them by their arms and legs, tie them up with your belts, you're a hero, and you did it legally.
It's a Kubaton.
It's also a Kubaton. It has these little scallops on it. You can strike with it, and it's going to be very painful as well. This, even if you did, let's just say, take down a terrorist with this on an airplane, you're still going to have a lot of trouble with legality reasons. There's some laws in effect that say even if you use an illegal weapon like a switchblade or a Bowie knife in a self-defense situation, when you're not supposed to have that knife, it's still illegal. It's an illegal self-defense situation. There's laws on the books about that. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what state it was, but I researched it when I was researching buoys. they said it was illegal to use a buoy in self-defense. Even if it's in self-defense, it's considered mortal. That was an old law, but it's still in the books. So I just don't think it's worth it to take it onto an airplane. You know, you don't use it, but you get caught, you're now the terrorist. You use it in a self-defense situation, best case scenario, you get fined for carrying an illegal weapon onto the airplane. I mean, it's just that simple. So, tactical flashlights, yes. Tactical pens, yes. You can get those through TSA, and you don't have to worry. There's no shame in it. You can wear this on your pocket, clipped, and no one cares. This is a completely different story. If you get caught with this on an airplane, there's going to be hell to pay. So, all in all, it makes a good shank for stabbing, but not the best cuddle, and I would not trust it in scuba, just because it has a disposable edge that does not last long, and you never know what you're going to get tangled up in the deep water. And to me, when your life's in danger, you don't skip out and go the cheaper route. As far as a self-defense tool on airplanes, not worth the trouble. And also, TW brands, they sell like 2 and 3 inch blade length knives. They also have a buoy version, but the smallest G10 knife they sell is like $35, $39. Their regular sized one, which I think is like a 3 inch blade, is $55. The buoy is over $100. You know how much this piece of G10 cost? Just a slab of G10? $4. $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're able to make maybe not the most devastating tool in the world, but you can get something that does cut. You get something that acts very well as a shank. And it will provide a pretty big wound channel when you do stab with it. But this knife was $4, just the cost of materials. Just think about that. I know that TW Brands has to make money and eat, but to me, you're paying for a subpar product.
It's a novelty.
It's a novelty, exactly. Of course, you can chop vegetables with it and do that kind of stuff, but it really has a hard time cutting through paper. You can probably use it as a letter opener, but it's more going to rip stuff than it actually cuts. And that's it. That's all I have to say. I would not trust my life with it in scuba, and I definitely would not carry it on an airplane. That's my 2 cents. I'm a Satsu 5. I would like to thank my brother for making this knife for me, and y'all have a great day.
Yeah, just a couple more comments. I did make the knife for him. It was very easy. It may be, after I drew out the design, maybe just 20 minutes to make it. So I think it's a cool project, and it's definitely, like Austin said, it's a novelty knife. And I made one before this, and I tested it out myself on cardboard and letters, and I did not like its performance at all. It was aggravating for me to use. But as you saw with Austin, like, it does like slice meat, but it's still, I did not like using it. So
it was inconsistent on its slices.
But
some of them were very superficial, some of them were good, but it's inconsistent. And with clothing, that adds a whole new dimension to it.
That's right.
So, again, thank you. Y'all have a nice day. I'm out.